My name is Buchuku Bunaya, and I signed up for content writing class. And so far, it has been transformative. I know coming here, I had expectations, obviously, but then what I received and what I've received so far is much more than I bargained for. I was writing before, then I stopped. So coming here, I was trying to build from scratch, trying to just find myself back in the market again. So I was thinking it's just going to be basic knowledge of little things you have to know, but then it has been more than basic. This is pro level, much more than what I thought. I've learned more than what I even knew before. So it has been really amazing for me. Now, even beyond the teachings of content writing, the spiritual sessions, the prayer, the worship, everything has been overwhelming. It has been so wonderful for me. And I'm so grateful to Incubator for this wonderful opportunity. You don't get this easily these days, but then they've made this available to us, and I'm so grateful to that. Now, I recommend this to anyone I meet, anyone that is interested in getting more skills, either in writing, security, web development. Everyone should know about this definitely, and I'm going to make sure I spread the news and spread the gospel. Thank you so much. I look forward to much more and exploring my skills in the world at large for impact in God's kingdom.
Hi, hello, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Wherever you're joining from, good evening. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday evening. If you're in Lagos, you know that there was traffic, and if you're not in Lagos, good for you. Please confirm if you can hear me so we can just go right into it. Good evening, wherever you're joining from. I think I already know some people's faces. I'm getting used to seeing some people. Hi, how was your day? Hope your day was great. If you can hear me, let me know so we can just go right into it. So for last class, we're talking about email marketing. We're talking about email marketing and call to actions. We define what call to actions are. We practicalize them using Nigerian brands. We also spoke about email marketing. We spoke about structure. I gave you some formats, and also I also explained that whether you have a product or service, you can use email marketing. You can use email marketing for your business. for storytelling. You can use email marketing to actually sell a product or a service. But the idea is it shouldn't look like you're always marketing all the time, so that eventually people are able to open your emails. Because if people are not clicking on your emails, so it means that your email marketing is not converting. So you need to ensure that, excuse me, you need to ensure that your subject, the subject is the thing that you see when you open your email. Like, is the thing, like when you're seeing, your tabs, that's what the subject of an email is, what you see first before you actually click on it. So that's why it is so important for you to learn how to maximize that. Because even yourself, when you open your email and then you see things and then you just see something that is not interesting, you probably not open it, right? So cute people that I really like their email marketing. And I don't know if you guys have noticed that even brands sort of personalize their email. So when I receive emails from Mainstack, from Bolt, there's even a name that's attached to it. So there's Mary from Mainstack, there's Marv from Mainstack. For Bolt is Bella. For, I think, for Paystack, there's someone, but the name starts from P. The reason why brands are jumping on this is because they understand the power of personalization. I'm just trying to summarize and just refresh your memory on what we spoke about last Wednesday, actually. So it's not that far, right? So personalization is very key. When you see Loveth from somewhere, a person, when there's personalization, you're able to actually click and be like, oh, what does this person have to say to me? It's not looking like a marketing thing. Because trust me, the best email that people click on, right, are emails that they don't look like marketing. It's emails that people can connect to, right? So you're in the right place if you're here to learn everything about content and copywriting. This is your first time joining, welcome. If you've been here since we started last month, you're doing a great job. I completely appreciate you for putting in so much time and effort to learn this. And I also hope that you are putting everything that you're learning into practice, right? So let's get right into it. Today, I'm going to be teaching you, or we're going to be learning about email, what makes a great email copy. And I'm also going to be showing you practical examples of emails so that you can actually see their CTAs, you can see the structure, you can see how to, there's a template that you can actually replicate so that it's not just cho, right? Like I said, like I'll always say, you need to be able to practicalize, you need to implement every single thing that you're learning here, because how this class will be the thing that will change your life is if you put in the work. What I'm going to do is to ensure that I hold your hand and guide you through it, but you're the person who's going to take this step at the end of the day, because I'm not going to force you. But guess what? If you're here, you're already taking the step, and I'm so proud of you, and you're doing so well, right? So now let's get right into it. What makes a great email copy, right? I'm going to show you these are basically the fundamental principles of what makes a great email copy. The first thing is clear objective. Every email must have one clear goal. It must educate, it must sell, it must invite, it must remind. It has to be doing something. Like I mentioned in the last class, every CTA, like CTAs are very different. So if I'm here to sell, my CTA will be different from someone who is into storytelling. It will be different from someone who wants to build self-awareness, who wants to build brand awareness. It will be different from someone who is leading to generate traffic leads. It's different from someone um, uh, who wants to increase the amount of people who are adding to their cart box. So call to action is very specific to what you want, and it depends on your goal. So it needs to be clear. It needs to be clear. Honestly, as creatives, I think having a clear head is so good. Like, it helps you when you have a clear head to do certain things. And so it makes It makes logical sense for everything that you do, even content creation, copywriting. As long as you're writing for another person to read or to digest or to consume, you need to ensure that you are so clear that your message is being passed across well. So you maximize the attention that the person is giving you. Don't waste their time. You make sure that this is okay. I'm selling a bottle of Lacasera. Buy this Lacasera. This is my call to action. So my clear objective is I have a bottle of Lacasera and I want you to buy my bottle of Lacasera. Right? So what makes a great email copy? First thing is clear objective. Every email must have one clear goal. You must be specific on what you want to do. Very, very specific. Very, very specific. The second one is you must have one reader. I go on. Okay, is this still breaking? Please just confirm that before I go on. Can I go on, or is it still breaking? Should I go on, or yes, yes. Okay, still breaking. Okay, hold on. Let me just join and let me join back. Right. So I'm trying to switch internet, but for now, please just let me know if you can hear me while I do that. Right. So please, should I go on? Sylvia, I'm putting biro. Can I go on, please? Okay, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, I'll try to change switch network as we go on, so it's clear. So what I was saying is the second thing on how to on the second fundamental principle that I'm identifying here on how to make a great email copy is to write to one person. Write to one person has to be in your mind. Remember, we spoke about, if you've been here since I started teaching, you would know that I always shout that you should know who your target audience is. Know the person you're writing to. Because trust me, you're not writing to everybody. So I tell you for a fact that when I write things, or even when I'm doing content creation, I'm writing a content. I'm thinking that who is this content for? So I'm writing something about parents. What parents? What specific parent am I writing this to? Like, who is going to take this message and see it to be valuable first before I can now say, oh, I want it to go viral. Maybe other people would engage with it. But the point is, you must always have one reader in mind. You must always have someone in mind that your message is for. Right? It helps you speak directly. It's like a conversation. So you cannot say that your content or your email is for everybody. You're not writing for everybody. You're writing for one person. And the good thing is that when you're writing to one person, there are other people like that person. Do you understand? So if you're writing to an 18-year-old person, so yeah, if you're writing to an 18-year-old girl who just finished writing jam, do you know how many people are writing jam? There are billions of people. The only thing that makes that the reason why that girl is different from every other person who is writing jam is because you're specific about her. You're like, okay, I'm writing to a 16-year-old girl who just finished secondary school, who is tired of staying at home, and who wants to write her jam and come out in flying colors and probably go to one of the best schools in Lagos or in Nigeria. Trust me, that girl, that one person that you're having in your mind, that buyer persona, that persona that you're building in your head, you're mentioning her challenges, what you think her behavioral patterns are, every single thing. It's just one person, but there are other people who are similar, who can relate to that. That's what makes content go viral, because a certain amount of people can relate to it. So what I'm just trying to say is you need to write for one reader in mind. You need to write for one person in mind, right? So second is you need to have a skimmable layout. What this means is basic email structure, right? You need to have short paragraphs, you need to have bold key lines, you need to use bullet points. Now, every one of us, we're going to open our email and you're going to check out. So, going to bring out emails that you've seen that you actually like. You see that all of these characteristics are there. Things like short paragraphs, bold key lines, using bullet points, because you don't want your email to be all chunky. You don't want your email to be so you need to write your email in a way that it is visually pleasing, that someone will see it and their eyes are resting. So I don't know if you guys see when you see things that are all over the place. I mean, for me personally, when I see things that are all over the place, like you're sending me a message, you're sending me an email, and it's just all over the place. There's no punctuation. There's no you write what's up as sup, SUP. You say how are you? You write WR HWRE. Like when I see things like that, I just know that this person did not put a lot of thoughts to it before he sent it to me. When you sit down, you actually structure things. People will know that you put in effort to this. And when you put effort into things, people value you for that. So what am I trying to say? When you're sending an email is not WhatsApp message, of course. So there is a layout. There are short paragraphs, there are bold key lines, because when you open an email, you first even see the subject header, then you see the hook, then you see the body, then you see conclusion. Within the body, depending on what you're writing, you can put in bullet points, you can quote someone, you can tag, you can do a lot of things. What I'm just trying to say is you need to have a layout on your email. Your email cannot be anyhow. You cannot be anyhow, especially if you're from this class. Your email cannot be anyhow, right? And then last one is you need to have an emotional tone to it. Now, like I mentioned earlier, um, great emails, right, are emails that don't even look like you're marketing something. It's more of storytelling, because people get tired if I am opening your emails every time and all I see is you selling me something. You know that I will not open it all the time. You just know that I won't open it all the time. I don't know about any other person, but that's just what I like. If you're not able to give me value, if I'm not able to not always feel like you're after my pocket, that means you don't care about me, you're just after my pocket. So in the instant when I don't have money to pay for your service or for your product, you're going to leave me high and dry. I don't matter to you, right? But when there's storytelling, when you're giving value to people, there's an emotional tone to it, because emails that trigger emotion, such as curiosity, excitement, they convert better. Please do not forget, if you forget anything that I say in this class, do not forget that great emails are the ones that don't even look like you're marketing. They are the ones they are the ones that you feel an emotional connection to. So it is either that you're triggering a fear of missing out. And when I mean fear of missing out, that's sales, right? So fear of missing out is like when you're telling people that, oh, you have this amount of things going on, and then it's going to be sold out in the next 24 hours, or is limited edition. When you're doing all of that, you're giving people the fear of missing out. That's one of the things that Jumia does, right? Black Friday, every of their campaign, everything that they push out there, they're telling you that, guy, if you don't shop this now, that is it, that's the end, right? And then I'm here feeling like, oh my god, if I don't have money to buy this thing now, I might never ever see it again. So what do? I do everything that I can to ensure that I buy that product. What that email has done, that email has triggered a fear of missing out, the fear of missing out. And that's the reason why I bought that product. The second one is curiosity. A lot of brands do this. When you're like, oh, we have a new upgrade coming up, or something, and In fact, the good thing about it is when you're even when you want to make your audience curious about something, you don't just tell them that, oh, there's something new that is coming up. Like, you break it down, things that they can visually even think about it and be like, oh my god, I can't wait for this. Now, example of brands that do it, I mean, a lot of fashion line does this when they are showing a lot of teaser videos before a campaign drops, or things that you see on social media, just teaser videos before the main thing comes out. Artists, celebrities do it when they have a project that's coming up, and then they'll just start sharing teasers first. That way, you're building curiosity. You're making people be like, oh my god, when this thing drops, I'm going to eat it. Whiskey does it. Like, Whiskey is a goat in this. You see it all the time. He will say he will drop an album. For one whole year, you will not hear anything, you won't see anything. But there are fans that are on Twitter that are shouting every time, waiting for Whiskey to drop an album. They are curious. They want to know. In fact, they are curious. They are excited, right? So you see that it is very, very possible to trigger emotion from people. It is super. It is in fact, it's very, very, very easy. All you have to do is, number one, when you have a clear objective, when you have one reader in mind, right? It makes so much sense. It's going to be very easy for you to trigger people with the emotion that you want them to have. So let's go to the next one. Please confirm if it's still breaking. So before I go on and maybe change my internet or something like that. If you can hear me well, please just let me know. Can you hear me properly now? 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 Is it clearer? Okay, John said not very clear. Please help me. If it's clear, let me know so I can go on. If it's not clear, let me do something about it now. Okay, majority of people are saying that they can, so I believe that we can. Right. So let's go into the next one. I'll be as audible as I can. So the next one is email subject lines. Now I'm going to show you the best practices, the best practices of the email lines that get clicks. So, like I mentioned, email marketing is there are opportunities in email marketing. The reason why I say so is for you to send something to my email. I gave you my email. So it means that you have someone who is interested. You have someone who is interested in what you're offering, whether it's your product or your service or whatever it is you want to offer through email marketing. I'm the one who gave you my email, so I am interested in it. So how you keep how you get me glued is your job, right? So even though you're sending me emails, it is your job to ensure that I click on those emails. And so these are the reason why subject line, in fact, email subject lines are like, they're super. I mean, we all know, because when you open your email, it's the subject line you see first. So it's subject line that you see first. So here are 4 best practices that you can use to ensure that people click on your email. The first one is short and punchy. Very easy, not so much grammar, straight to the point. Straight to the point, guys. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. You have to aim for like 5 to 9 words, for your subject lines. A simple thing I've seen people when they're applying for a job, instead of them just putting as the text as, oh, application for this role, they're like, I would love to there's one that I saw that got me laughing one time in the office. Like, the person just said, please take me in as your sister or something. Like, it was it was just weird, really. Like, a professional email, you want the role, and you're applying for the role, and then your subject header is just something that is completely different. At first, we didn't even know the person was even applying for a job. We thought that maybe the person probably needed help. And then when we saw the body of the email, it was just so funny, because the subject head or the subject line and the body of the message were two completely different things. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that your email subject lines are like super, super, super important. Like it has to be so easy. Don't worry. I'm going to show you. So the first one is short and punchy, right? So you need to aim for 5 to 9 words. Anything more than that is too much, right? But again, when you're able to know who your target audience is, right? If they like more things, give them more things. But if you check your emails right now, every brand who is sending you emails, check their subject lines. Most of the time, it's not even up to 9 words. Right. So you see that this is a strategy that is working in the industry. These are things that people are doing. And so it means that it is working. So you need to ensure that your subject lines are very short and punchy, straight to the point. Like you're not here to play. The second one is personalization. I told you from the very beginning that even Bolt does it. Like Bolt does it, Main Stack, Paystack does it. Even UBA, like Zenith Bank. I think for UBA is Leo and Zenith Bank. I can't remember. I can't remember this thing. But you see that a lot of brands are attaching a persona. They are attaching a virtual representation of what they want their brand to look like in your head, right? And so when you get emails from brands, you see things from Bella from Boat, right? Marv from Main Stack, something something from something some because people understand how personalization is changing the industry. It is evolving, and storytelling and personalization is becoming so is becoming so what how do I put it? Like it's becoming so in fact, if you're good at these things, storytelling, personalization, even storytelling alone, you know how to picture someone in your mind, you know how to evoke emotions, you know how to write things, you know how to just draw people. You know how to create things for people that they see themselves in. It's a skill, guys. It's a skill that you can work anywhere. You can work in you can work in brands and marketing, you can work in content marketing, you can work in creative direction, you can work in creative strategy, you can work as a creative strategist, you can work as a brand strategist. Like the opportunities are enormous because brands are seeing that these things are working. This is what 15 to 10 years content is going to look like: personalization, storytelling. And that's the difference between us and AI doesn't have context of human experiences. It is we as humans, we understand context because we've most of the time we've been through this experience of we or we know someone who has been through a particular experience, and then we are able to carve out solutions that sort of solve that problem, right? So what am I trying to say? Personalization works all the time. Use the reader's name or use a name to even like just attach a name that people can always associate your brand with. Every time I see my email that, oh dear lovers, I used to feel I used to feel so loved, so sweet. Before I then realized that this thing you can do it like you can there's a way you can do it in email marketing that you can input every single person's name. So I didn't feel special anymore. But before I knew the trick, like I used to think that maybe someone would go and then write everybody's name and then I felt special. Can you imagine? Until I actually saw the back end and I realized that this thing is for it's machine that is doing it, it's not you. So what am I trying to say? Personalization works, guys. Like it works. If it was me who sent you an email and I kept your name rather than putting every other person or putting dear reader or putting any random thing or dear all, it won't have the same emotional connection as when you see dear testimony, right? Dear Angela. And even businesses who started using written hand notes as well, they're tapping into it, guys. Like it's not just email. When you are when you are writing when you're writing, like you have a package or you have a delivery, you're selling a product, and then you're not printing things like every other person is doing. You sit down, you write, you because some people like handwritten notes. I hope you're aware. Some people like handwritten notes. When they see handwritten notes, they're like, oh, because it's intentional, guys. Like to be to be someone who stands out doesn't come easy. And that's the reason why a lot of us are not where we want to be. Because it takes a lot of work. Trust me, it's not easy. But when you get it, you get it. When you choose to be someone who is excellent, when you choose to be someone who does above the ordinary, you take a step further than every other person. There's always a reward. Let me not go deep into it, but you understand, right? Personalization, use the reader's name or use their data. I was about to do this in my LinkedIn where one brand that does personalization so well is Netflix. You would think that Netflix knows you because of the specific movies they recommend to you. But trust me, there is an app. In fact, there's an AI that does that thing. I recently found that as well. But guess what? You see it and I see it, and I'm like, oh, Netflix knows me. Like Netflix is recommending movies that I like just because they're using my data. They've seen that it's like this girl like romantic movies. Like they don't break her heart before. Maybe just they recommend, maybe just they recommend romantic movie. When she does they cry, she go like them. And then I'm on my Netflix and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, see romantic. Which one should I watch? And then I'll keep going back and going back and going back and watching romantic movies because my data has shown that that is my preference. And then there is Netflix who is milking that information to give me personalized recommendation. And I am here thinking that, oh, these people like me, these people know me. Oh, when I don't know that they are using my brain they're using me to make more money. So personalization works, guys. It works. So the third one is curiosity, value. Guys, value. And like I said, value is not anything that is deep or spiritual. It is not. Value is what your audience is what your audience wants to see. That's just what value is. Value is nothing deep. It's nothing. It doesn't have to be serious thing. No, if your audience like this, that is value to them. So give it to them. So curiosity and value, like make them want to open. Like make your email subscriber, people in your email list, let them see your email and then they want to open it. Let it not always be salesy. Do come and do this. Come and I have this in my shop. I have this. Like give them value. If you're into any industry that you're in, give them insight, give them resources, give them tips on how to make their life better, how to move from point A to point B. Let them see your solution helping their lives to become better people. And then the last one is to use power words. If you don't know what power words are, use Google. Google what power words are, depending on the context that you want to apply it for. So, for example, you can whenever you're so now if this is a CTA email, you can use limited time. So, limited time is when you create a sense of urgency for people, right? You let them know that it is limited. And so when you give them the emotion, when you give the emotion that this thing is limited, guy, if you don't rush it, you're giving them the fear of missing out. Nobody wants to miss out. I'm not even going to lie. Someone did it for me last month. So last month, ending of the month, I've already calculated, oh, the money that I have, which is this and that, and that. And then one vendor that I usually buy things from just comes from nowhere and says, you know what, we're having Easter sales. She didn't say it before. She just came all of a sudden to say, oh, guys, we're having Easter sales. And I'm like, and the prices were slashed prices. And I'm like, hey, God, if I don't take advantage of this thing now, when I want to buy this thing normally, I'll buy twice the price. So why don't I just close my eyes? Let me just shut my eyes and buy everything that I want to buy now. That's, and you know the way Easter is now. Easter was 3 days or 4 days. So she was always hammering it. Last day to go, 2 days to go, 3 days to go. If you don't buy now, prices will go back up to normal price. And then I'm like, hey God, if I don't take action, hey, is it December again? Because you know the way people vendors do sales, right? It's always doing seasonal, it's always seasonal. So it's either Easter or Christmas or something like that, right? So I'm like, if I don't take opportunity of this now, when? And also, I didn't want a situation whereby maybe after the sales and now come back and say, is this thing still available? Should not say no. It's not be paying me. I'll not be feeling bad. I said, you know what? I had to cough out the money and I bought what I wanted to buy for something that I didn't plan out. Just because the vendor was able to she was able to build the fear of missing out inside of me with limited time. Like she was like, guys, if you don't if you know that thing where vendors even do like they're doing you a favor. If you don't buy now, don't say I don't do anything for you. Oh, or you cannot see type of price any outside or something, things like that to just push you, to just shoot you here and there and there, and then you're like, so ensure that you're using power words in your email, right? You can use things like limited time, unlock, secret, free, now, win, don't miss out, exclusive. Everybody, see, people who can't even afford exclusivity want exclusivity. I'll explain that. I'll explain that. Right now, as you are broke, as me, I'm broke because I don't think I preach like that, right? We still want exclusivity. If there's someone who is coming to my face and saying, ah, guy, I love it, this thing is exclusive, but this glasses frame that I'm selling, people don't get that for this country. People get that now. If people have it in this country, we're like three. So why don't you just grab your own now? And I'm like, that's true. I'm like, I don't want to have things that people are buying, that people have. So why don't I just buy it? See, every one of us like to feel special, and that's the reason why exclusive things work, limited edition works, making people feel special works, making them feel like, this fabric that I'm selling to you, I had to go to Abeokuta to buy it. I had to go to overseas to go and bring it and pack it just for you. In fact, why are people why are people why are people mad over designers like Vicky James? Vicky James doesn't, she doesn't make a design twice. It's once and the design is for you. Like, people who are doing these things, like people who are making money, when you understand that exclusivity, there is money in exclusivity, but trust me, it is double the work. It is double the work, because then you need to understand a person's story. You need to understand that, well, first of all, you need to know what would this person like, right? You first know what does this person like. Okay, the person like this, the person like that. Okay, how can I bring this together? La 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 la. Exclusivity and personalization takes more time than when you just generalize people and do anything anyhow. But people like Vicky James, people like Turbo, fashion designers are making money because it is personalized, like it is exclusive. You can't see Vicky James do a design twice. I've not seen it. She doesn't do, if she does one design, that's the entire OC law. Another person will come, give the person another one, give another person, and okay. Let's just go to the next slide, right? So an example is Piggy Vest. I always use Piggy Vest because truly, if I mean when I'm doing a case study of brands that I really like, I genuinely like their content strategy, I'll always pick Piggy Vest because it is a brand that their content marketing is 360. It is 360 in terms of email, social media, um, YouTube marketing, campaigns. It's just 360, and it's really interesting, right? So their email uses storytelling, short lines to make you feel seen. An example is sorry, you've been saving like a boss. Let's make it top notch. Like this is just an example of something that they said in their email that was just, it was just catchy to me. And the entire body of that email, I felt it was very personalized. They just used storytelling. They didn't say, Piggyverse is a fintech that started, we've won awards in blah blah blah. We've won Grammy Award. We're the best fintech in Nigeria. Save it us. That was not what they were saying in that email. It was more personalized in a way that I knew that they I felt like they understood my struggle, or the typical struggle of any young person in Nigeria. Hi, sorry about the interruption. Sorry about the interruption. I don't know what happened, but hopefully we're not going to have any other interruptions. Please confirm if you can hear me so we can go ahead from where we stopped. Right. So we're talking about I've lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong with the internet, but I fixed it and I hope it doesn't happen again. So, um, I was talking about emails and how Piggyverse uses storytelling and personalization to ensure that people like me click on their email because when a subject when I see an email and it's just like a normal ad or something, I don't even open it honestly. And I think I need to start taking out time to just clear out my emails. So if you're like me, I know there are people like me, so you probably have chunks and chunks of email that you're not opening. And that's the reason why subject lines are super important. Super important. So here, what Piggyverse does is they always use storytelling. They don't make it seem like they are selling to you, but trust me, they are. So the traditional approach would be Piggyverse is a fintech with over 10 years of experience, helped 1 billion people, help billion young people in Africa, achieve financial freedom, done this, done that, we've collected Grammy award, blah blah blah. But nobody cares about that because that story is centered on a brand. It doesn't capture your audience. And that's why I always make it clear that whenever you're writing, whatever you're writing, you're not the hero of the story. You're not the person who is buying your product. Your product is for someone, and that person is the hero. The person has to see themselves in what you are saying. They have to relate to it. If not, you're just making noise. You're just doing the normal traditional marketing, which of course, if you check the data, traditional marketing to storytelling right now, you see the numbers. And that's the reason why it's even so easy for you to sell now. It's not like before that you have to go to a TV station or do not regular advertising before you get your product in front of people. Right now, you can use social media. You can use email. You can literally do anything that you want as long as you're on social media or you're on the internet. So what that means is that you need to recognize that past traditional way of selling is not the same way as using storytelling. And that's the reason why you need to ensure that you are always infusing storytelling. Storytelling simply is you just having a core message that you're sending to people. You can have a core message when you know the people that message is for. So an example is Piggyverse. Piggyverse knows that there are people. They know who their target audience is, and because they know who their target audience is, they can say things like, "You've been saving like a boss." What does that mean? You've been saving like a boss. It means that first of all, they already have the data of people who they are writing to. They have the data of people that they are sending emails to, right? And then I don't know if you guys know, but young people, we can be broke, but some of us, as we are broke, we always have savings. Like there's even a trend on Twitter right now that people are like, especially women. Women will say they are broke, but check their Piggyvest account. You will see how there's money there. So these people recognize that, see, your target audience, people who you are selling markets to, they are saving money, right? They'll use the data in such a way that they will now use storytelling and do the icing on the cake. And then you are there feeling mushy that this brand gets me. Have you heard things like that? The people that say this brand gets me, and that's the reason why I like them. And that's I know someone that has I know someone that's always, like, since he was young till today, he has never tried any other shoe except from Nike. He has never tried any other shoe except from Nike. Why? It it is his belief that Nike just gets his leg. Nike just gets him. And so he doesn't buy anything from any other person again. Nike just gets him. Same thing as other people. Some people have just been using iPhone from the beginning. Since from iPhone 4, from iPhone 1 to iPhone 2 to iPhone 3 to iPhone. And they just keep getting iPhone because they don't think any other phone cuts it. Right. It's the same way people will fly vendors from Abuja, from Lagos to come and attend to them in Kaduna or in the diaspora just because that brand gets them. That vendor just gets them. Do you think it's magic? Or do you think it's witchcraft? It's not. I will tell you for free, it's not. Because there is see, when you know that a brand gets you, you just don't want to go try any other person. I'm sure there are people like that, that once they start patronizing you and then they like your service, to just keep patronizing you. Because we've seen worse on the internet. You've seen bad vendors, you've seen stories online. But when you find someone who gets you, why don't you just stick with them? My point is, you feeling like a brand gets you, it's not magic. It is work that they've kept into it to ensure that you feel like they get you. It's not random, right? So, formulas that work for emails, for email subject lines, right? Formulas that work. The first one is question. Questions work all the time. Ready to start earning more this month? Ready to upgrade your skin level, your skincare game, like we were talking about in the last class, asking people questions, or using questions works all the time. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you ask someone, like when you say things like maybe your email is to help people find like a to eat healthier, and then you say things like, are you tired of crabs? Are you tired of crabs or food with high calorie? That question like this. If I sit and me that want to lose weight, have you sit and be like, it's true. Me, I want to lose weight too. So why don't I just click? So question works all the time. Question works all the time. The second one is benefit driven. Benefit driven. In fact, I have emails that if I'm so busy I can't read it at that time, I will save it and I'll go back to it. That type of email, it's not witchcraft that is there. It's because I know that when I read that email, I will benefit it. I'll benefit from it. There's just one person that I did that to. In fact, two, and they're not Nigerians. I don't know if you guys have heard of Danko. Danko emails are, in fact, they're like articles. They're not like they're like long, long. It can even be a PDF, really. It's so long. It's long. So his emails, he takes time to break down complex problems. Just takes out time to just give you new perspective on things. And I really like his emails. And sometimes I don't religiously read it every time because the emails always come on Sundays. That's how I know the emails always come. But sometimes I don't always read it. But I will save it and I'll go back and read that email because I know that if I don't read this email, I'm missing out on the knowledge. There's something that I'm missing out if I don't read this email. And so I'll go back to it. Even though I have to read it two paragraphs in a day, three paragraphs in a day, or rather just go to his YouTube channel and just watch it. Because watching YouTube channels and YouTube videos are just way better than having to read all the time. So these are brands that in my head they already imprinted that, you know what, whenever I see this type of emails, I know it's for my benefit. Both as well does it. Most of the time, their email, anytime I see their email, they're always giving me 10% discount or 30% discount. That can be a different benefit. Me, I like that. I like that type of benefit. I will open it so that I will know when I have discounts. So I'll use my discount. Not that I don't know when I have discount. When I now want to use both is when I now know that, oh, I had discount 3 days ago or 4 days ago when I didn't use it. So when you're consistently giving your email list or people value, people will automatically attach your brand with that. That is how you even start building a brand perception. The third one is scarcity. We spoke about it before. When you trigger the fear of missing out with people, when you tell people that This thing is exclusive. 2 days left though. If you don't rush am now, you don't go to law, you'll not see it again. Right? So you need to know how to ensure. In fact, we're talking about it 2 days ago in the office when we had a meeting, a general meeting, and we're talking about how, you know what, it is really possible that not all the clothes we're selling is going to reach everybody. That's just the truth. So why don't we, even though it's a problem, even though it's a problem, like when people are like, oh, this clothes didn't get to me, it can pose as a problem, right? When people are like, oh, it didn't get to them, or they wanted to buy this dress, they didn't see it in the store. But what if, instead of selling it as a problem, we sell it as a chance to them? We sell it that this is exclusive. If you don't rush it now, you're not going to see it again. Not the one that will now come on and now say, ah, we're looking for a dress, we will not see it. We're not saying, ah, sorry, ma, and that new collection will come. You tell them that it was exclusive, like it wasn't a lot. It is, you would make them, you make their mouth water. That is what scarcity is. That's how you create an image in your buyer's mind, or people who you're talking to. You let them know that this thing is not around, it's not everywhere. It is the purest of the purest, and it is rare. You see, a typical example can even be runway shoes. You know, Dior, this exclusive luxury brand. You don't see their this in everywhere. That's the reason why you see Emeka wear Fendi and you know it's fake. Because these brands don't just do anyhow. They don't produce anyhow. So let's go for a break and we'll be back. Right. Hi, everyone. Are we back? I am back. So, we're talking about formulas that work, and so I give you a breakdown. The first one is question. Question formula always work. We're talking about formulas that work for email subject lines, and we spoke about question. We've spoken about question formula. We've spoken about benefit driven formula. We've spoken about scarcity formula. And then the last one is teasers. Teasers. Now, one person that does teaser very well is Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry does teaser so well. Sometimes I'm just so pissed. A simple example is, why will I open my Instagram like 2 days ago and I see Tyler Perry teaser on a movie, and I'm still waiting for Beauty in Black season 2 part 2, when like he has not even released Beauty in Black season 2 part 2, but he's bringing up another movie and he's showing us the teaser of what to expect. It is proven that teasers always make your audience have something to look forward to. They know what to expect. You don't just drop something on people's laps and expect them to just respond or react the way you want them to. And it happens all the time. Musician does it, like artist does it. Like whenever they want to drop an album, you first hear coming soon, you see all of those because it makes people hold on to something. So you want to ensure that you have an email strategy that ensures that people are looking forward to something. You make people excited. You just give them this what do they call it? Is it dopamine? Exactly. That, what, oh my god, Shay is going to drop something soon, we can't wait. You show them teaser, just show them behind the scene here and there, show them snippet of the collection, show them a short video, maybe someone talking about it, and they're like, oh my god, is explosive, is this, is that. Experiential marketing, like just doing things that will make people look forward to whatever it is that you want them to look forward to. It works all the time because trust me, you won't want to drop something in next 1 week and you just drop it on people's lap. You have to build momentum. You have to build momentum, guys. You need to ensure that you're building your audience up to so that they are ready for what you have for them. Because like I said, it's not you focused, it's people focused, it's your customer focused. Like, you're not the hero in your story. Your audience, you need to carry your audience along. You need to carry them. Like, you can't just drop them and then expect them to just mm-mm. You need to build them up. So take time, show them teasers, let them see, just pa, 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 pa. The way they do it, show them quick visuals, show them quick videos, just back and forth, and then let them have something to look forward to, right? So it works all the time, even with email marketing. So a summary formula that works with your email subject lines: you have questions, you have benefit driven, you have scarcity, and then you have teaser. Right? Are we clear? So let's go to the next one, to the next slide. Now, real examples from Nigerian brands. You guys won't believe that Eden Life it's not a church, that so it's a church, it's a faith-based organization, right? So Eden Life, the reason why I'm laughing is because they are close to me. I they are I don't know but they are related to me. When I mean related to me, they are not far. They're just a stone throw away, right? So whenever I see their emails, I see something like your Sunday just got easier. Tell me why I will not open that subject header. Because I want to know, how can you make my Sunday easier? Like, what do you have in store for me? I'm really curious. They've done something to me. I might not be able to pin it, but they have done something to me. Right? So we have true finance as well. They sent one email at the time. The subject line was, we picked three global stocks for you. Now, for someone who is interested, if you're knowledgeable with stocks, bonds, investments, and you see an email like this, it will spike up your curiosity that, okay, which what do you pick out for me? Let me see. It do not even make it sound like as if no, they are the one that went there and pick it for you and kept it for you, right? When at the end of the day, what they've just done is research. They've done extensive research. They've gone to solve your problem, and then they are here to give you the solution, right? Another one is tech about. Like, tech about email marketing is strong. you know, when you see things like this week African tech news in 5 minutes. So if you don't know tech about, then I mean, you should know tech about if you're into tech. Actually, everything we're doing here is tech, even content, everything at the end of the day is still under tech, right? Somehow falls under tech. So you should know tech about. Um, they sort of give tech reviews, industry reviews. So when you have an email like this, that if that's your interest, by the way, this week African tech news in 5 minutes, like, this is fast food. Why wouldn't I eat? Like, why won't I see fast food and then I'll close my eyes? No, I'll open them, like, okay, what do you guys have in store for me, instead of having to go and read a long ass article of another of news online or Twitter. Let me just, I have someone who has gone ahead to do the work for me, accumulate everything that I might need for my tech research or for my tech updates for the week, and they're sharing it with me in 5 minutes, guys. These are examples of people who are milking. They understand the strategies of email subject lines. So for Eden Life, you see that this one here, they are telling you that your Sunday just got easier. What does your Sunday just got easier? It's benefit driven. It is my Sunday, and you have gone ahead to look for a way to make my Sunday easier. Like, every three header here is benefit driven. We've picked three global stock for you. I'm interested. What did you pick for me, sir? This week African tech news in 5 minutes. Okay, let's dive right into it. So you see that this formula works, guys. And if you check your email right now, like, you probably have millions of emails in your millions of unread email. Let me not say millions, because millions is exaggerating, but you have emails that are just lying down. You have mails that are just lying down in your inbox. It's because you don't find interest in opening them. Now, you ask yourself, why don't you find interest in opening them? Is either they are not benefit driven, it is either they're not sparking curiosity. Like, there's nothing for you to look forward to. The headers are just there. They are just there. That's the reason why you have no interest in opening them. Now check the emails that you frequently open. You will see that the reason why you open them is either they use storytelling, and when you read them you can relate to it, or when you read them, you're getting the value. There's something you're learning, there's something that you're acting on, there's something that is changing your mindset. That's the reason why you will constantly open an email, because there's value in it. I give an example that value doesn't have to be anything deep. Even both, right? They understand that most of their users are always looking for, to be fact. I know someone that only use both when there's promo. When there's promo, I don't know. There was only a time when people are always saying, there was a time people are always saying, if you have promo, share with me. I think this was back maybe 2020 or 2021, when both promo used to fly like rain. People are always like, hey, give me promo. Let me let me let me order both. That was the days that you can order both for like 400, 500 naira. Not now. But you understand what that means. It means that there is a customer psychology, that there are people who are always looking for for promo. People who are always going to Jumia to look for cheap finds. And there's nothing wrong with them. That's just value to them. Right? So because that's value to them, you have to position yourself to give them that value. So you are able to even benefit from it as a brand at the end of the day. So all of these things would make you is what will make your email subject to stand out, which is super important, right? So the next slide, I'm going to show you copywriting techniques inside an email. The first one is to use this structure. Here you can screenshot and then you can practicalize them. Screenshot this and practicalize it, guys. Practicalize, practice, practice, practice. Practice like your life depends on it, because trust me, it does. Or this career, this your career depends on it. So practice so much, right? So you can use these structures: AIDA: attention, interest, desire, action. These are not just like, when I mean these structures, it means that if you're writing an email, first build attention. So when you have a subject line, like this week African tech news in 5 minutes, you've gotten attention, because people are like, okay, what news do you have for me? That's attention. Now the interest, you start talking about the interest. So the body or the hook of it will somewhere be along the line of, tech news that you missed, la 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 la, and I'm able to compile it for them. Then you're diving into the desire. The interest will cover the hook, will cover the body. Then the desire, people's desire of, okay, desire would be, if you want to get more emails like this, summarizing top tech news in an easier way for you, click. So it has moved from desire to action, because at the end of the day, if I open your email, there's a desire, like there's a reason why I'm here. I'm not here for anything. So you can either use my desire to, like, convert it into action, into the action that you want me to take, or you can just leave me there high and dry. So build these are email structures, like these are copywriting techniques inside email that will keep people glued: attention, interest, desire, and action. The second one is PAS: problem, agitation, solution. Problem, agitation, solution. Problem, agitation, solution. Problem, agitation, solution. Now, I'm thinking of a brand that does this, but what I can picture in my head right now is where, okay, I'll use maybe a brand that is, that is a fitness brand, right? The problem is a lot of people want to lose weight. And then you start with a body like, you started 2025 with the goal that you want to lose weight, but you've tried everything, but you're still eating bread and akara by 11 o'clock, or still eating bread eba by 11 o'clock. That's a problem. When you start agitating the problem, it means that you start helping your customer, or helping the person who is reading that email, to see that this you are expanding, you are zooming into the problem, so that at the end of the day they can only see your solution. So if I'm a fitness brand, if I have a fitness brand, I'm sending you an email that, talking about maybe New Year resolution, because that's a storytelling line. We have data of people who always start their year with fitness goals, but at the end of the day, during the year, they just lose motivation, or whatever happens to them, right? So that's the problem. You wanted to start this year fit, but you are here eating never by 11 o'clock. You are here eating junk in traffic because you are stressed. You are here stress eating because because of your toxic work, your toxic boss at work, right? So that's the problem. I'm painting the problem to you. Now when I start agitating, it's when you add fuel to fire. When you start saying, if you keep doing this in the next 5 to 10 years, you probably not reach your body goal, and I'm sure you don't want that for yourself. Like, this thing is mind. Is mind. You have moved from problem to attention. You're like, I know you don't want this for yourself, but if you continue with this habit, you probably be bigger than the most obese person in the world. But guess what? I can solve that problem for you. I can solve that. Yeah, I can solve that problem for you. Give me 3 days of your kana as a fitness coach. I'll help you. And guys, these things are working. Like, what this person has done, or what this email, or what this strategy is there's a problem. You've identified a person problem, and you've zoomed in on it, and you are adding salt to fire. You are making the person see that, oh more, this your problem, you big oh, but I can help you, right? The third one is fab. That is features, advantages, benefits. Still the example of a fitness coach, right? I'm a fitness coach, I'm a fitness brand, and I have a product. I have a protein product that will help people move from that will help people add who are looking to add more pounds, add more weight in like in the duration of 1 month. What will I do? My email will first talk about the features, the features um of this particular product that I'm selling. I'll tell you the advantages. And benefits is not just the benefit of the benefit is not just benefit of a product. Benefit is how will it benefit my life? Like how will it help me? So there's so many people that have problems, or they have solutions, but it doesn't benefit your life. So for example, Rolls Royce, people who are producing Rolls Royce and um high-end luxury cars, you know that they are solving a problem, right? But guess what? Guess what? Their product is not your business right now. Doesn't mean they're not making money. No. Doesn't mean they are bad people. No. It just means that you as a person right now, at the current stage of life that you are in, you don't see any benefit with having a car like a Rolls Royce. Because you cannot even afford a Toyota. You can't even afford a normal car. You want to go and afford luxury. It's not beneficial for you. But guess what? It has the product has advantages. It has features. The features of a Rolls Royce car is different from a Toyota Camry. It's different from any type of car that is not Rolls Royce. But guess what? You can still see the benefits in your life, because if you are saying, so I mean, what a benefit will look like for you is, okay, you have a Rolls Royce, you're able to move from point A to point B, you're able to drive. But how will you drive a Rolls Royce in this bad Lagos road when you're still living in Ikorodu? How do you want to drive a Rolls Royce? You can't. It doesn't benefit you in any way. In fact, it puts you, even gives you more things to think about. You go and buy a Rolls Royce when you're not living in a house that has fence, and you think you will sleep well. You can't sleep well. So you see that there's no benefit. Does it mean the brand is bad? No. Does it mean they don't have features? No. Does it mean they don't have advantages? No. People who are buying them understand the features, they understand the advantages, they understand the benefits. But you, right here, right now, in this state that you are in, you have no business with that product. And so it is not beneficial for you. So when you're selling through emails, you have to ensure that benefit and features are different things. Benefit and advantages are different things. Benefit is, how can this thing benefit my life right now? So the person you're writing to, how can your solution, your features, what you're the value you're giving to me, how can it help me right here, right now, right in this time? Not in 2 years to come, not in 3 years to come, but right here, right now. That is benefits. That is what benefit is. Benefit is what is the gain for me. It's not when I blow. Now that I'm that I'm on blown, now that I'm seeing the trenches, how will it help me? So that's why it is so key to know your target audience. Like, have a person in mind when you're writing. There are people that have Rolls Royce, Rolls Royce manufacturer. They are not emailing you because you are not their target audience. They are not writing for people like you, people like me. They are not writing for people like us. No shade intended. It's just the truth. Do you even know that high-end luxury cars like that, they actually do experiential marketing? They do this thing where they call people, like, is like, when you think about all these things, you just wonder that, God, what's going on? Like, you can't go for, if you're not invited to a Rolls Royce event, you can't enter. You can't enter. I'm telling you, like, it's not like they don't do experiential marketing for anybody that they'll come on the road like Airtel, put speaker, put dancers, they are dancing. No, that's not what they do. Oh. Rolls Royce, they actually do something called experiential marketing. So much so that if you are not on that list, you can't enter. It's not like our Nigerian brand that when they open shop somewhere or they open new menu, they'll get people that will be dancing for there on the street, playing loud music, doing, it's that's not what they do. Oh. Like, If you're not on the list, if you're not it is so, it's such an enclosed experiential marketing, so much so that if you're not on the list you won't enter. What that means is these people, they know who their target audience is. They know people that they are here for. So they can't invite you if you can't afford it. Do you understand? Like, if you can't afford it, you cannot be in a Rolls Royce experiential marketing. You can't be in their launch. You can't be in their event. Because if you are there, the type of the type of um the type of champagne you even drink safe. That's if you are there, sha. I don't know. If you are there, what kind of champagne you drink? Because if I mean, I've seen videos, and that's why I can talk about this so detailed. They did this thing where every person will enter the car, check the feature. Like, somebody will be there, guide you. You open the car, you press new buttons, you see the upgrade, you test the engine. Somebody will be there. You will just be enjoying yourself. You'll be seeing the benefit. Of paying. Sorry, sir. This is so exclusive. Nice, nice, all nice. But guess what? That person that is in that Rolls Royce event, there is benefits to that. It's beneficial for that person. That's the reason why the person is there in the first place. And that's why you and I are not there. What I'm just trying to iterate over and over and over again is that benefit is not the same thing with features. You need to understand that every person who you're selling something to, who you are trying to stretch something out to, right? It has to benefit them. Benefit is, how can this thing you're offering, how can I see it in my life? Period. So let's run quickly. So an example is, um in this context, this is a logistics, this is a logistics company, right? And then the subject is no gas, no wahala. First of all, let's pause. This no gas, no wahala, you need to know that this delivery people, they are targeting young people. Maybe young people in the middle class, people wey no get money, or people that they understand pidgin English. You can't send this type of email to our luxury people who are buying Rolls Royce and tell them that no gas, no wahala. They're like, in fact, they will not even be your emailing list. So what I'm trying to say is that from the subject alone, you will know that these people know, they know who they're talking to. They're talking to people like me, that we used to wait till our gas finishes before we refuel. They're talking like to people like you. They're talking like people like, talking to people like you and I, right? And then the reason why I say you and I is because they are saying no wahala. There is a lingo. Before you use certain type of language, you need to understand the person you are sending the email to. You can't be sending no wahala to executives, to CEOs, to entrepreneurs, people who are owning like $1 million companies. It's not possible. Now people wey still dey, you understand? That's the person you can send no gas, no wahala. It's still finish. This is still finish, but let's go on. The body is, hey Tolu, we've all been there. The stew is hot, but gas cylinder isn't. See what I'm saying? Still finish. The stew is hot. Eh? The stew is hot, but the gas cylinder isn't. That's why we created fast gas delivery. Get your refill in under 20 minutes. No stress, no long wait, just one tap. This is a very simple, this is a very simple email that's not even beating around the bush. This one I'm saying, I have a fast delivery. I have a fast delivery logistics for you that will help you refill on that 30 minutes. So for you to want to refill your gas in 30 minutes, it means that your gas actually finished while in action. So this email is for people who, they people like me, again, that is our gas finished before we know that, oh, gas has finished. We will not refill the gas before it finishes. When we are cooking, gas will not finish. This type of delivery now, they'll be very beneficial. You see what I said? They'll be very beneficial for me. Now, if they are not even beneficial for me, it doesn't mean they don't have features. It doesn't mean they don't have advantages. Their advantage here is they are fast. They refill fast. That's an advantage, right? But how it can be a benefit for me is because I can relate to it. My gas they finish. Now when I dey cook beans, they finish. So in that moment, I need fast, right? So this is an email subject that is simple. The subject line is very, very straight to the point. 4 words, no too much English, no clunky, straight to the point. Very, this one now, what are we going to call it? Are we going to call it benefit driven, or we're going to call it how do we call this one now? If it's teaser, or we call it, but this is just a straight to the point subject line, right? So CTAs in emails. If you remember the last class, I spoke about, I hammered so much on CTAs. I defined them and I told you how important they are. Everywhere you go, CTAs will follow you, especially if you're doing marketing. If you're doing marketing, CTA will follow you. What is CTA? CTA is call to action. That's what CTAs are. Right. So I'll basically just share tips on how to include CTAs in emails, because some people don't put CTAs in emails. Some people don't have a call to action. They just say everything. They just dump everything there like a like a dumping ground, and they just go. But you and I, we are different. So you are going to learn CTAs in emails, right? So the first tip is one CTA per email. So an example of this email that we saw here, the CTA is very clear. Refill now. No cho cho cho, right? One CTA per email. You will not say refill now, or sign up to our email letter, or watch our YouTube channel to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more update about how to fill gas, or it's not clunky. It's not, it is, this is what I want you to do. There has to be a specific call to action for each email. An email should not have three different call to action. You're confusing your reader, and at the end of the day they won't take any action, because people who are confused, I mean, we all know, if you're confused you will hesitate, you won't take the action almost immediately, because they are breaking it down. What do these people want to do? Right? So the second one is make it action based. Make your CTA action based. I mentioned it when I was talking about email marketing funnel, right? So if you're just newly building an email list, right? And then you want people to subscribe to your email list, you want to have people emails. Using magnets is the best and proven way to. And this is when you make it action based, when you're giving something for free. You're telling people, you know, to download this free guide, you drop your email, subscribe to my community where you get free resources on finance and how to save, investing opportunities in Nigeria. So make it action based, like make your CTA always action based, so much so that you're able to track it. That's why CTA is different from content creation. Content creation, you can just be creating content here and there, but CTA is one of the ways you would see your metric. You will see what you are doing. You're able to, and numbers don't lie. Numbers are facts. Numbers don't lie. Numbers are not feelings. And that's the reason why a lot of us don't like maths in secondary school or primary school. But numbers are not feelings. Numbers are numbers. Nothing can change. So always ensure that you have CTAs in your email so you're able to track. So if I'm saying that, okay, I have a new music and I want people to listen, and first I'm giving you teasers, I won't say, the first thing I'll say is, okay, join the wait list, pre-save now, pre-order now. Davido does it. Davido, your everybody, your goat, Davido, he does it. He does teaser videos and then he say, oh, pre-order now. They have a link in my bio, pre-order now. And then you have people who are pre-ordering. So when you see people are pre-ordering, you see that it is as a function of the content you put out. It's as a function of the CTA that you put out. But then imagine if you didn't put that, if you didn't put a call to action there. How will you now know that? Oh, how will you even be able to track that this is how I got this, right? So the third one is visually clear. Use use buttons or color code links. Ensure that your email marketing is visually clear. It first of all, it can't be clunky. And when I mean clunky, it cannot just be anywhere. It cannot just be anyhow. So make sure that your email is visually clear and mentioning that there has to be a structure with the way you write. Right. So if you're writing anyhow, it's going to be anyhow. But it cannot be anyhow. Because you are from this class, your email, anything you write, it cannot be anyhow. So please ensure that your email is visually clear. Use buttons, like use color codes. Let it be popping. It doesn't have, you don't have to do too much. You shouldn't even do too much because less is more. Don't do too much. Just do small, small, small. Just the part that you want people to take the action. Hyperlink it. Let it be clear. Let it be bold. Let's not be so small that people are even able to look over it, or people are not able to see it. Right? So that is all for today, guys. A quick summary. We spoke about what makes a great email copy, right? I gave examples. We spoke about formula that works for email subject lines, question, benefit driven, scarcity, teasers. We spoke about real examples, spoke about examples from Nigerian brands. We spoke about copywriting techniques inside emails. I gave you some structures like attention, interest, desire, action. And this is you using everything at the same time. You're not using it differently. Ehen. So if you're using AIDA, you're starting with attention first. And when I say starting, even your subject line is grabbing attention, then interest, desire, action. Action, guys. Action is CTA. Then the other one is problem, agitation, solution. This PAS is when you zoom in to your customer's problem, so much so that they can't see another solution except from the one that you've offered. The third one is FAB, features, advantages, and the benefits. Right? I give an example of this email copy from a fast gas delivery people, logistics company, in summary. So I give an example of the subject and how this email copy is just straight to the point. It's just easy, right? Easy to understand what their message is. It's easy to get what their call to action is, what they want you to do after reading the email, right? And then I spoke about CTAs in email. The first one I shared is one CTA per email, so people are not confused, because confused mind don't click. When people are confused, people are like, oh, let me come back again. And people say they want to come back again, you know that you've already lost leads, right? The second one is make it action based. Download free guides, start saving, join the wait list, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Very make it action based, so much so that when the action is taken, you know how to gauge your metrics. So the third one is to make it visually clear. Don't let your copy be chunky. Don't use bullet points. Use short paragraphs. Create air. Give white space. Don't let it be choked out when someone sees one. Because it happens sometimes. I sit down back, make I chop first, make I come back. Bombard with all of this, and then you expect me. I will take my time. So this happens, right? Then the third one I was talking about, the third one is make it visually clear. Use or color code links. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, now is the perfect time. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Do you have any questions? So I'll be in the comments now. I've not been there. So if there are any questions, then um where do I start from? A few minutes to answer your question before I run. Friday, and we should be balling. We're going to ball read people in this class. It's not only book, it's not only book. We should let's ball. Let's go and ball, please. Deals on people who afford Rolls Royce. So, because me, I say I cannot afford it. Okay. Okay. What is FAB? FAB is features, advantages, and benefits. It is here on the slide. These are the copywriting techniques. So FAB is features, advantages, and benefits. Features, advantages, benefits. That's what it is. When sending email, how do you personalize it? It address people individually. So when you use the email tools that I spoke about last class, you're able to do that. So if you're using Google Sheet, you're just starting. That's it's more manual labor. But when you're using email tools, so Mailchimp, you're able to do, or even as well. So you're able to do it. Um, okay. Um, okay. I'm looking for some reason. Okay. There is Peace Lawrence. Hi, Peace. Uh, good evening, Elizabeth Ma. On Wednesday, you said click now is a bad city. So how is refill now in your email copy? Example, a good city. Um, First of all, what was the context? Did I just say click now is a bad city? I'm sure I did not. I'm sure there was. I'm sure there is context. So, to answer your question here, I see what you mean. But let me explain that. At the end of the day, if you were in the class earlier, I spoke about power words and using power words. So, if you're saying, no, it's not even if you're saying, like, if you think that, give me a minute. Okay. If you think that click now is a bad city based on what I said, which I don't think I said that without not giving context. I'm sure there was a context to it. And I probably cannot remember. If you can remember, please just let me know what I said and how I said it. I think there would have been context to why I said click now is a bad city. I probably was saying that click now as opposed to other using other power words, you know, might not be as good as you using other using power words, because whenever people are always saying link in the bio or click now, how many people actually click? Except if you have loyal fan base, like people who love you like Davido, or people who are really really who can die without you. People who cannot die without you, right? So let me just explain it again, right? First of all, if you're using click now, and your audience actually click it, then it's not bad. What that will mean is you understand your audience. You know what works for them. You know what works for them. And if click now works for them, all well and good. The second one is if you're building, if you're building as you are right now, and you're saying click now with no benefits, click now with no value, click now that there is nothing that anybody is looking forward to, people are not going to click, ma. So that's why I said I'm very sure there was a context to it. So the refill now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Before there is refill now, it wasn't just random refill now. Like it wasn't just refill now. There's a build up to it. There was a message that was even hilarious, and then you I pictured myself and I'm like, oh, it's true. Ah, my stew is always finishing until my gas finishes, and then they're saying refill now. Okay. Even though at that point, me, I might not refill now because my gas has not finished. Just like the email said, but people who their gas has finished will click. So people who the company who has written the email or the team who have written the email, when they see people who have clicked, who have signed up, they're like, oh, these are people that through our call to action, they actually did click, or they tapped on click now. So whenever they have an email like that and then they put review now, do you think their audience will not click on it again? I sincerely hope that was clear. What I'm just trying to say is number one, you need to understand what works for your audience. That's number one. If anything works for your audience, you have to stick to it. Number two, you can't use call to action when there is no value first. If you're just saying that, oh, it's the same way people are like, oh, just sell hair. Oh, new burgundy double drone, 25 inches available now. Click now in the bio. That is I mean, that is good, but you can do better. Like you just gave me a feature of a product, and I've not seen the benefits in my own life. I've not seen you actually giving me value for it, saying that, okay, if you're going for that perfect night out with your babe, or you got a new deal and you want to look pretty and fly, why don't you try this that? Imagine it on your baby girl. Imagine this sleek hair on your baby girl. She will thank you for life. Click the link in the bio now to shop or to pre-order. You've evoked an emotion from someone. You've made people picture that, oh, you know, go back for my baby, even though the person doesn't have money. But you have just sort of positioned yourself in their mind for free. I hope that answered your question. Yeah. Um. All right. I'm looking for more questions so that I can answer before I run. If I'm talking about body, no, all I can see is, are you a natural hair girl who has tried everything to grow your hair with no result? Your hair is your crown. This is such a beautiful puppy. In fact, as you asked me, am I a natural hair girl? In my mind, I said yes because I am. Who has tried? I like it. Your hair is your crown and deserves real treatment. You guys are doing so well, honestly. You just have to keep trying. Try as much as possible. Keep trying stuff until eventually clicks for your audience or for the people who you are writing for. So you can do way better than any person who you look up to. Okay. I don't think there's any other question for me. Can educational storytelling technique be incorporated together in your email marketing? Yes, it can be. That's even the perfect way. That's a perfect combination. Perfect. Perfect. So an example could be that um an example there's so many examples I could use. I can think of jam, even this jam that people currently wrote. if they actually had a team that was doing email marketing or content strategy for them, they could have used educational content and storytelling together. It's very possible, very completely possible. Storytelling again is just you picturing the person, like the people who you're writing for. When you understand their context, you understand where they are, what they are currently going through, are you able to tell stories that relate with them? Just like these gas people, they know that people they are reaching out to are people like me that don't used to feel their gas on time. So they basically just pictured my life, and now I feel a sense of bond with them, and I can relate. And whenever I want to feel my gas, even though I didn't click feel now, I'll run. How do companies get our data that they send us email? Is it that we must drop a link for them to subscribe to our email list? How do These are two different questions. How do companies get our data that they send us email? You signed up, that's why you're getting their email. You signed up to their email, that's why you're getting it. You either signed up directly or indirectly, but you did sign up. Nobody can get your email randomly. You either signed up when signing up for it, because I mean, to use anything now you need to sign up, because even websites, they ask you reject or accept all, because they want to know your data. Because when they have consumer data, they're able to make more decisions. They're able to bring out things that are beneficial for you. They're able to understand you better and develop and upgrade and all of that. So um yeah. Okay. He said, I asked because the last class you were like power words with benefits for CTA as opposed to power words alone. But now I get to be feel now has I mean it's still relating, it's not far from each other. Power words with benefits. Like this this email that I wrote here, there are power words with benefits. So power words alone is a click now. Nobody's going to click now if they don't like. Nobody cares to just click now. Like there has to be something that is driving them that will make them take the action that you want them to take. Are the three structures ADIPS used simultaneously in an email? You can't use all of them in one email. I said it that you have to need to, if you're using fab, use fab for one. If you're using it, if you have like if you're here to tell me about the features, the advantage and the benefits of a product or of your brand, straight it, let it be that. You can't use everything. You said if you see an email like that, you read it. Who is patient's question? That's the last question I'm taking. I can't see the question. I can't see patient's question. If you can drop it before I run. If you can drop it again, so I can't see it. How do you even get brands? How do you even get emails from brands and artists? You signed up. You either signed up or you signed up, that's just the truth. You signed up one way or the other. You signed up. I'm here to see patient's question. I'll be dropping off soon.